SBR Forums Inside the Lines is brought to you by Ladbrokes.
We are previewing Week 16 in the NFL here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We're talking right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Joe, thanks for being with us once again. And before we talk about this game, Indianapolis at KC, give us a 10-second rundown of what Offshore Insiders is.
Offshore Insiders is one of the few websites where we trace our roots way back to the Scorephone days. I was handicapping since I was in college in the mid-'80s and since I graduated college in 1988. My only source of income since then has been betting picks and selling sports picks. So I am the CEO of OffshoreInsiders.com. We've got select sports services there, and in my humble opinion, some of the absolute best in the country at OffshoreInsiders.com.
Amazing. Very impressive. Since I graduated from college, the only real thing that has drained my income has been betting and, sports betting.
Well, we're here to take care of that. Plus, those beautiful girls out there in Costa Rica, haven't they been draining your income too?
There you go. Actually, the first one was a joke. That one was not a joke, and that is unfortunately very true. It pains me to hear you say that. Truth hurts. All right, let's talk about Indianapolis at KC. KC is a 6.5 or 7-point home underdog. Obviously, they were completely awful last week, and I thought that the Raiders -3 in that game was a great bet. Here they're a 6.5 or 7-point underdog at home. Indianapolis, good team, but they are a little bit beat up. They do need wins, though, to make the playoffs. And Brady Quinn is injured, and that might let Ricky Stanzi get some snaps here or even get the start. And I'm thinking that might be a surprisingly good thing for KC. So I'm not exactly sure what I like here. It's not as much of an automatic fade of KC as my fade was last week.
No, I agree with you. In fact, the Ricky Stanzi was all part of it. When an offense is struggling, change for the sake of change, both for psychological reasons, it gives them a psychological risk. Plus, when you have a new quarterback, it means that the other team, everything they've been preparing for, kind of goes out the window. So there's a little bit of an element of surprise. When you're struggling as much as Kansas City is, change short term, not necessarily long term, but short term is going to pay off. And one of my minor disappointments in preparing for our segment here is one of my favorite sites, Football Outsiders. I've talked about them before. I'm not affiliated with them, but I do love them in part because they have some metrics where they've really streamlined my work. Essentially, their metrics can tell you which teams are a little overvalued according to their more important statistics like yards per rush, total yards, etc., compared to their straight-up record. Remember, I've said time and time again that straight-up records are very overrated, but there's probably no team in the NFL that has outplayed their stats more than the Indianapolis Colts. If you looked at the Colts' pure numbers when it comes to total points scored, when it comes to the yards per rush, on offense and defense, yards per pass, total yards per play, the Colts have been very lucky, very fortunate this year. And again, another one of those cliches, well, not a cliche because it's true, one of those terms I use seemingly every week, at least once or twice on your show, is when I talk about, I don't even remember what I was going to say. I was going to not be predictably unpredictable, but in the case of the Colts, they are clearly overvalued. Kansas City, believe it or not, averages 0.7 more yards per rushing attempt in Indianapolis. They actually allow 0.2 fewer yards. I know what I was going to say. It's easier to be the hunter than the hunted. So yes. Indianapolis has been sneaking up on teams all year, but the pressure's on them a little bit more. They're facing a Kansas City team that, again, is kind of, there's not a lot of pressure on them, especially if they do have Stanzi as the quarterback. They get a little bit of an emotional lift. Keep in mind, this is also going to be the third time in 4 weeks that Indianapolis is playing a road game. They're coming off of a very disheartening loss to Houston. So it's really a tough spot here. Now, there's a little bit of caution. We are a little bit worried. I told you the single last thing I do before finalizing my premium picks and my bets is I look at the NFL injury report. We are going to keep a very close eye. Kansas City cornerback Brandon Flowers is injured. We're not all that sure whether he's going to play. As I said, I will keep a very close eye on that. Jamal Charles has been pretty darn good for Kansas City. He's off of a rare bad game, but he only carried the ball 9 times, was underused last week. He should be pretty fresh this week. I just think Indianapolis, a team that has been lucky all year, is too overvalued here. And if you look past the one-loss record, which I say can be very deceptive in handicapping, these teams are a lot more evenly matched than you would think. Both teams have been sloppy. Kansas City has been even sloppier, but the good news is they're making correctable errors. So they have an upside. They definitely can cut down on their mistakes. They've been making a lot of bad mistakes, but that's something that you can correct. I wouldn't be surprised to see an upset here.
All right, there you go. Joe Duffy predicts a regression down for Indianapolis and maybe a regression up for KC. Likes KC as a home dog. We'll give you 7 on your official pick. Thanks. Great preview, Joe Duffy.